Imagine owning a 50-room mansion with a gold leaf ceiling, a private cinema, and a heated marble pool, and just leaving. No disaster, no fire. You simply walk out, lock the door, and never come back. That's exactly what some of the richest people in history have done. Today, the top 10 most shocking abandoned billionaire mansions and the real reasons the ultra-rich walk away. Number 10. The Wonderland Villa, China. A castle complex so massive it was meant to become the Disneyland of Asia. Built in Hebei province in the 1990s, the Wonderland Villa was a developer's fantasy. Towers, turrets, grand archways. Then a land dispute with local farmers froze everything cold. Investors pulled out. Steel frames rusted in open fields for 2 decades while farmers grew corn right up to the walls. It was finally demolished in 2013. An entire dream erased. Not by bad luck, by ego. Number 9. Whitenhurst Mansion, London. The second largest private home in England, and for years, barely a light on inside. Whitenhurst is a 65-room Grade 2 listed mansion in Highgate. In 2008, it was quietly purchased for around £50 million, later linked to Russian billionaire Andrei Guriev. Instead of moving in, the new owners secretly dug a massive underground complex beneath the garden, cinema, pool, parking for dozens of cars. Meanwhile, the mansion above sat completely dark. This is straight from the Billionaire playbook. Whitenhurst wasn't a home, it was a trophy. And trophies don't need to be lived in. Number 8. Grich Castle, Wales. A crumbling Gothic castle on the wild Welsh coast. And a promise that was never kept. In the 1980s, an American businessman named Nicholas Robert bought the ruins and loudly declared he would restore them. He never did. Decade after decade, roofs caved in, towers eroded, stonework collapsed. Local preservationists begged, none of it mattered. Robert finally handed the ruins to a trust in the 2000s. A structure that survived 200 years of Welsh weather had been destroyed, not by time, but by one man's inaction. Sometimes doing nothing is the most destructive thing a billionaire can do. Number 7. Bannerman's Island Arsenal, New York. In 1900, arms dealer Francis Bannerman VI bought a small island 50 miles north of New York City and built his own personal castle. Stone towers, grand archways, walls ripped straight from medieval Scotland. Then, in 1918, his gunpowder stockpile exploded, killing workers and destroying sections of the complex. Bannerman died the following year. His family sold the island. Nobody ever restored it. Today, Bannerman's Island is accessible only by boat, a hauntingly beautiful ruin swallowed by trees and vines. A monument to eccentric ambition that outlasted everyone willing to care for it. Number 6. Saddam Hussein's Palaces, Iraq. Abandonment on a national scale. Before the Gulf War, Saddam Hussein commissioned over 100 palaces across Iraq. Marble floors, artificial lakes, gold fixtures, all funded by a nation's oil wealth. After the 2003 invasion, some became military bases. Others were looted. Most simply decayed. What makes this different from every other entry is the context. These weren't one man's eccentricities. They were acts of national plunder, frozen in time the moment the regime collapsed overnight. When the power fell, the palaces fell with it. Number 5. The tax exile mansions of Europe. Number 5 isn't one house, it's a pattern. And it explains dozens of mysterious empty mansions across Switzerland, Monaco, and the south of France. Here's the strategy. Spend the legally required minimum days per year at a registered address, and you qualify for dramatically lower tax rates. So billionaires buy enormous properties, stay the bare minimum, and disappear for the rest of the year. The result? $50 million mansions where the caretaker sees more action than the owner. Kitchens that gleam without a meal ever being cooked. A $50 million mansion that saves $200 million in taxes over a decade? That's not a home. That's a financial instrument. Number 4. Dundas Castle, New York. A billionaire's dream that the Great Depression stopped dead. In the 1920s, Scottish-American millionaire Ralph Wirtz Dundas began building a full-scale baronial castle in the Catskill Mountains, importing craftsmen from Scotland, sourcing authentic materials, building towers and great halls that genuinely looked medieval. Then the stock market crashed. Construction halted mid-build. The main tower never got its roof. Workers walked off one day and never came back. Vandals moved in. Graffiti replaced the tapestries Dundas had imagined on those walls. Owner after owner announced restoration plans and went quiet. Dundas Castle is the perfect symbol of billionaire overreach, a project that outlasted the dreamer, beautiful in the most melancholy way imaginable. Number 3. The Ryugyong Hotel, North Korea. A 105-story skyscraper, $2 billion, 0 guests, and officially erased from existence by its own government. Construction began in 1987 in Pyongyang, meant to be one of the tallest hotels in the world, with 5 revolving restaurants and 3,000 rooms. In 1992, it stopped. North Korea was an economic freefall. For 16 years, this concrete skeleton loomed over the city while state media airbrushed it out of every photograph. Work resumed in 2008. The glass exterior was fitted, but the interior has never been completed, and as far as anyone can confirm, not one room has ever been occupied. This is what happens when abandonment becomes a matter of national pride. You can't admit failure, so you just pretend the building isn't there. Number 2. The French Versailles, Replica Louveciennes. Just west of Paris, a businessman spent years and an estimated 300 million euros building what neighbors called a second Versailles. Mirrored galleries, formal French gardens, gold leaf interiors, room by room, modeled on the actual Palace of Versailles. Then the financing ran out. Legal disputes erupted, creditors seized the property. This 300 million euro dream was left frozen mid-construction. Locked in legal limbo, every golden room exactly as it was. Always supreme confidence, often other people's money. When the financing stops, it doesn't slow down. It cuts off instantly, like a power failure. Number 1. Chateau Louis XIV, France. The most expensive house ever sold, barely visited. Construction began in 2011 near Versailles. 300 workers, 3 years, an underwater aquarium, a nightclub, a heated marble pool, mature transplanted trees, period-accurate frescoes on every ceiling. In 2015, it sold for 275 million euros, the most expensive residential sale ever recorded. The buyer? Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. By credible accounts, he visited rarely, if ever. And this is the real answer to everything we've explored today. The ultra-rich don't abandon these mansions out of carelessness. They walk away because the purchase was always the point. Not the living, not the experience, the acquisition. The record broken, the rivals impressed. Once the deal is done, they're already thinking about the next one. The chandeliers keep hanging, the marble keeps cracking. And somewhere right now, a billionaire is signing papers on the next grand estate, not to live in it, but simply to own it. And somehow, even that is never quite enough.